I have had a few people come to me wondering what in the world is going on with the Ina project. Zero frame of reference for what I'm planning on doing. Maybe it would be helpful for us to take a time out and back up a little bit and answer some foundational questions. Let's start at the beginning. Who is Ina Garten? Great question. Ina Garten is a well-loved cookbook author. She owned a specialty food store in the Hamptons called the Barefoot Contessa. There it is, the Barefoot Contessa Fine Foods. She bought the specialty food store and ran it for 20 years, moved locations, grew it. It was very successful. And when she was done with that season of her life, she started writing cookbooks. And the first cookbook that she published was called the Barefoot Contessa Cookbook. Over time, she has then published more. And this is what she looks like. Her name is Ina Garten, but most people refer to her as the Barefoot Contessa. It's just become her nickname. She is, to my generation, what Julia Child was to probably our parents' generation. Her first cookbook was published in 1999. I discovered her in 2002, her recipe for guacamole and her recipe for outrageous brownies. And they were so incredibly delicious that I immediately started collecting her cookbooks. About this time, she also started her show on Food Network. There is a quality about her show that is different from every other cooking show that I've ever watched. There's something so soothing and calming and peaceful about watching her in her home kitchen. She makes you feel like you're there with her. And I have had so many people verbalize to me when we talk about this project that they really feel connected to her. She is so well loved and so well received, even by people that don't necessarily cook. She has just built this following of people who love her, by the way, so good at what she does. Everything without fail that I have ever cooked from any of her cookbooks immediately goes to the top of my most requested things that I've ever cooked. I would TiVo it back when TiVo was a thing, and I would consume her show and learn how to cook in my own home kitchen by watching her. It was an education. Everything I know, for the most part, everything I know, I learned from this woman. Her cookbooks have become like scrapbooks for me. These are new because we bought a set for the store, but they are scribbled with notes, and I could tell you the first time I made some of these dishes. I love them. They are some of my most prized possessions, and they're beautiful, and everything she does is that way. It's casual yet elegant, and it's the standard. It is my standard. She has not only influenced me as a home cook in my own home, she has influenced my business. Half of the things that we sell here in Hurley House are her recipes. So that is who she is, and more importantly, that's who she is to me. So let's talk about the project. So here's what's happening. So you see all these cookbooks, and there's one missing. There's one to come in October. Based on the average number of recipes that are in each of her cookbooks, if her new cookbook has that same number, then the total number of recipes will be 953 once that new cookbook is released. In one calendar year, I'm going to cook all 953 of her recipes. The math on that is 20 recipes a week. So I want you to stop for a second and imagine the last time you cooked something at home. And I'm not talking about Hamburger Helper or chips and salsa. Think of the last time you cooked something from scratch at home. Now multiply that by 20 in the context of your family and your life and your job. That's what I'm gonna do, 20 recipes a week for an entire year. 20 recipes from scratch every week. It is a lot of cooking. Now, let's get real honest with each other. Why would I partner with you financially? Great question. The reason that we have opened up sponsorships is because it's just a lot of groceries. And while her food is not fancy or fussy, it does rely on high quality ingredients. 20 recipes a week is a whale of a grocery list. So I can handle the time. I can handle the planning. I can handle the logistics. The piece that's missing for me is I can't pay for all the groceries. It costs on average $500 a week in groceries. So when we talk about this project and giving you the opportunity to sponsor a week, that's where that $500 number comes from. So what are these Ina lunches going to look like? Every week, I think it's gonna be on Wednesdays at noon, we will have a table for 8 where you can purchase a ticket to come eat an Ina lunch. You will get to come enjoy a 3-course menu from the project and sit at one of the tables at Hurley House and be served this delicious meal. I will be there to host and kind of give some behind the scenes and speak into any of the process that was involved or anything that I learned or loved about cooking these particular recipes. It's a chance for you to come in and experience the project and to taste the project and to bring friends and just have an incredible lunch. So it's been really fun to craft these menus seasonally and to make them outstanding and worth your time and money. You are welcome to BYOB and just make this a wonderful adult lunch. So it's kind of this arrangement where the sponsors give the money for the groceries make the food is served to the sponsors or other people who want to come eat it. What I'm doing has never been done. The scope and scale of this is enormous. I'm just excited to do this. I think it's going to be fun. If you have any other questions, I really would love to hear them. I think this will be helpful. I hope that this has helped you see a little bit behind my motivation of who this woman is, why she is so important, why she is so well loved, and why this project is really going to be fantastic.